Faced with three distinct criminal cases, false arrest and civil rights violations, possession of child sex abuse images, and unlawful filming inside his home, Menon finally pleaded guilty. He accepted a plea deal in exchange for reduced sentencing, admitting guilt to 5 felony counts and 2 gross misdemeanors. As part of the agreement, he was sentenced to serve 4 to 10 years in prison and will register as a sex offender for life. During sentencing, the judge made it clear this case involved egregious breaches of trust, power, privacy, and decency. Menon addressed the court, asked for forgiveness, and claimed responsibility. But the weight of his crimes couldn't be brushed off. The footage didn't lie. The public reaction has been explosive. Most agree the sentence was far too lenient. 4 to 10 years for staging illegal arrests, possessing child sexual abuse content, and secretly recording women without consent doesn't sit right. Not for someone sworn to serve and protect. Across online platforms, people demanded harsher sentencing, called out the use of plea deals in airtight cases, and condemned the justice system for treating cops differently than civilians. Outrage also grew over the fact that Menon was initially placed on paid leave, and many questioned whether his pension would still be honored by taxpayers. Then came a surprise from his wife, who, instead of condemning his actions, defended him angrily in court. She claimed her husband was the victim, not her, that the Las Vegas Police Department was racist, manipulated the case, and violated their privacy by viewing household surveillance footage. She even called the prosecution of her husband a modern-day lynching. But the facts clashed violently with her narrative, and commenters quickly pointed out the disturbing irony that her husband illegally arrested only black men while trying to claim victimhood as a biracial couple. This entire disturbing saga only came to an end because of the bravery of Menon's subordinates. It was they who said enough is enough. They documented everything. They pulled the curtain back. And while the justice system didn't hand down a 30-year sentence, as many believe it should have, it did permanently remove Menon from the force, stain his record, and label him as what he is, a criminal and predator who wore a badge. His story is one of power, used not for protection, but for control, conquest, and abuse. And it's a clear reminder that even behind blue walls of silence, some officers still choose to do the right thing. In this case, they stopped a dangerous man. Now, the real question. Will the men he targeted get justice? Will the system fix what allowed this in the first place?
Menon's own text messages to colleagues confirmed it wasn't just shady strategy, it was deliberate misconduct. He told them exactly how to stage the arrests. Shoulder check someone and smash. Come arrest me in a sec. The unfortunate targets of these stings were detained, handcuffed, and in some cases falsely charged. All of them were black or men of color. But while Menon was the ringleader, his team eventually had enough. Several officers began saving bodycam clips, capturing screenshots of incriminating messages in their private Signal group chat, and documenting the misconduct independently. Once they realized the problem was widespread and not isolated, they banded together and reported Menon to Internal Affairs, effectively launching the investigation that would take their own boss down. From there, things unraveled quickly. Menon was pulled off duty and placed on administrative leave in May. His department laptop was seized. That's when the case took a truly sinister turn. Investigators discovered multiple images of child pornography hidden on his devices, including images of prepubescent girls and troubling search terms. It went from illegal policing to outright predatory behavior. That's when detectives returned to Menon's North Las Vegas home with another warrant, and uncovered something even more sickening. Hidden in the bathroom vents of his private home were 2 small cameras, perfectly positioned to record users sitting on the toilet. Prosecutors alleged, and later proved, that Menon secretly installed cameras not just once, but multiple times, specifically aiming to record his wife, sister-in-law, and potentially other guests. Prosecuting attorneys noted that he had recorded at least 96 different clips of women using the toilet, without their consent or knowledge. These were not accidentals or misguided home security ideas. These were targeted recordings. Lynn, you've heard about dirty cops. But this one was so deeply corrupt, depraved, and bold in his abuse of power that even his own squad couldn't stay silent. Sergeant Kevin Menon of the Las Vegas Metro Police wasn't just bending the rules. He was orchestrating fake arrests, targeting innocent civilians, and using his position to exploit others on a terrifying level. The most shocking part? It was the officers he commanded who gathered evidence against him, reported him to Internal Affairs, and ultimately helped put him in prison. And as ugly as the setup and arrests were, they turned out to be only the beginning. What followed involved child sexual abuse material, hidden bathroom cameras, and a story so twisted you'd expect it out of a movie. Except it's horrifyingly real. Menon worked as a sergeant on LVMPD's Flex Team, a proactive policing squad tasked with keeping the Las Vegas Strip safe. Like many specialized patrols, the main focus was making arrests and writing up incidents. The more they produced, the better the unit and its leadership looked on internal metrics. But Menon took this too far. He began setting up entirely fake arrest scenarios. Disguised as a plainclothes undercover, he'd target usually black men walking near Las Vegas landmarks like the Bellagio and Caesar's Palace. He would bump into them, start a fake conversation, and then pull out counterfeit money or other planted items. Uniformed officers nearby, who were in on the plan, would pretend to arrest Menon for some staged crime. Then, using that staged crime as justification, they would detain, search, and interrogate the bystanders Menon had spoken to moments earlier. There was no probable cause, no legal pretext, nothing lawful about these stops. They were staged productions, created for the appearance of police activity, and every person caught in the snare was an innocent civilian. Body cam ensue.